OpenAI's Sora 2 just released, and it scares me. It seriously scares me. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. Number one, I do think it is cool technology in a sense, like being able to just see that level of high quality video produced just off of prompting and text. On the other hand, I feel like I have a huge issue with it. There's a lot of obvious issues, right? Like copyright infringement, as well as like deepfakes of perhaps in the future crime and all that shit. Like, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to approach it from one angle, and it's creativity. It's the art of creation and the creative journey, and how I think it's about to die, or at least it's heading towards that direction. And it's something I just want to talk about. And you can let me know in the comments what you think about this, but here are my thoughts about Sora 2, AI in general, and the direction we're heading in. So creativity, to me, these days is in short supply. Although these tools are marketed to be like, oh, now you can just create whatever you imagine or whatever. I think that's a lie. I think that's a complete lie. Because most of what's happening is people taking a prompt or an idea in their head and then writing a prompt and then just putting it in the AI and then something pops out. It's almost like a gacha machine in some ways, or gacha game in some ways. It's like, what's gonna pop out? You don't actually really know. It's not you creating it really, it's the AI creating it based on like some text that you gave it. But I look on these demos of people using Sora 2, the SpongeBob stuff, the Nintendo, the anime stuff, all that stuff, and people being like, oh yeah, I created this, I created that, and people are copying my prompt now, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like something changed. It's like about the prompting instead of the actual creative process and like how that was done in a way. People are getting this level of complete satisfaction from just typing in stuff. And I think that's where we're heading in the wrong direction. The creative process used to be huge, right? And I guess that's what people are happy about. It's like now they don't have to go through all that hardship, that creative journey to produce something that they want. But here's where things get a little foggy. Like, is the end product what you actually wanted? Is it actually what you imagined? I can safely say in probably 100% of the case, it's not what you imagined. In my opinion, the creative journey, what creativity actually is you imagining something and playing it through all the way. If you have a story, you imagine the story, you imagine the characters, you imagine what they look like, the details, what they're wearing, like how the scenes actually go, what's actually being said, how their voice sounds like. Now all of that is replaced. All of that is just like, you don't need to think about it. You're always at the first step, you type in the first step, and then the rest is done for you. It is draining. It is destroying people's creativity, if anything. It's not allowing you to actually practice the real creative process of going through the entire imagination in your head and then actually trying to produce it. Because if you go through that entire imagination and then you type it in and then AI does it for you, it's gonna be like completely different, and you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? This is not what I imagined. And you're not gonna feel that level of satisfaction. You're gonna want to actually create the thing you imagined. And I think that's what real creativity is. It's going note by note, word by word, frame by frame, and just like really producing it, really seeing it in your head. And until AI can actually do that, until AI can really be a tool that brings your imagination, your creativity to life, right now, all it's doing is destroying your creativity. That's what I believe. I genuinely believe that. And I find it sad that a lot of people, the new generation especially, is going to think that this is what creativity means. It's like they're not going to be able to experience the real creative journey of having gone through, like, for instance, for me, I create piano originals. I've created many YouTube videos, and I've created an audiobook recently where the whole process was done by me. Like, I had AI help me create some code to help me edit it, but word by word, audio by audio, like, it's my voice, it's my friends' voices for the Japanese roles, and it's like, people won't get to experience that process of actually how it's done if they rely on this tool and never actually try to do the real thing. And I think there's so much to learn from it. There's so much I gained from it, even though it was painful, even though there were so many hours spent on it. I still like sat at the piano like hours, just testing things out, trying to feel it out in my own head and like, do I like this? Do I not like this? It's like me paving that path for myself, that creative path, that creative journey. And in the end, I come up with a piano piece that I really like. It's like people who create AI music will never feel that, ever, unless they really learn how to really make like something from scratch. And I think, I think I also saw a comment about an animator who said they've been doing this for like 15 years or something as an animator, and it makes them feel so deflated and everything. And I can totally understand that perspective, but at the same time, I'm thinking like, I don't know if this is going to help them make them feel any solace whatsoever, but that animator or animators in general will have a world of experience and knowledge that the future generations who only ever use AI will never know. The satisfaction of having like done the work on your own, the satisfaction of knowing how it's actually done and going through that creative journey, like people are not going to be able to experience that in the future. And I think that's so sad, honestly. Like as much as I feel excited because in the future I do want to create like my own big projects, like a movie or an anime or something like that. And once an AI tool can do that, where it's like frame by frame, it's creating what I actually want, and that's when I'll start actually trying to use it, because it will be my genuine creativity and imagination, because it's the story that I actually want created for me, like in the animation sense, in the drawn sense or whatever. And even then, I still feel like I would want to work with real people and real artists and whatnot for the parts that are like, oh yeah, can you help me bring to life like what I'm imagining in some sense that isn't too expensive. I feel like you can still hire people. Like I hired my friend for the audiobook cover, and it's not like crazy expensive or whatever. You can still hire real people. It's like I don't want everyone thinking that AI is going to be the solution for everything, but like I said, I can see it being useful for a lot of future projects. It's just until it gets there, I don't think that it's going to help with your creativity. I think right now it's just like a substitute for your creative muscles, and that deludes you into thinking that you're somehow being creative. I'm sure, yes, you can argue that some prompts are going to be more creative than others, and there is some level of, higher and lower skill that goes into that. But that's what's the phrase, low hanging fruit. It's like you can do that so easily if you tried, and it's not creativity, in my opinion. It's the lowest form of creativity, is how I'll put it. So that's my spiel, that's my rant. Like I said, I do feel like if you somehow delude yourself into thinking this is like you being creative, and never actually, I don't want to be negative. I want to implore you to explore actual creativity. I think that moving on from here on out, it's gonna grow in shorter and shorter supply. And I think my message, I want to keep it like a positive one. Just try your best to explore what it really means to create music, for instance, what it really means to create art, what it really means to create. And the AI stuff right now, that's not what it is. And I want people to feel like what it's like to actually have that creative journey and process, because I think it's so much more rewarding than what's being fed to you right now. And to the people who actually have experienced that, let me know in the comments. Am I just being crazy right now? Am I just being like, because I'm not saying that, oh, don't use these tools or whatever. I'm not like against the forward movement of AI. I think that eventually it'll get to a point where it can actually be creative. So that's not what I'm saying. But for real artists out there, I'm also curious to your opinions as well. I'm gonna close off this video before I ramble too much. This is something I do feel very passionate about because in general, I have a lot of stories that I want to like create in the future, and I have a lot of things that I want to create in the future as well. And I think I am gonna continue observing these tools to see like once it does reach that point where it's more usable for me. But for now, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.